My pleasure to welcome you once again back to UIGK Buddy. I have recently done 2 videos on Canva. First one was on how to make a beautiful birthday card, and the second one was about editing, adding effects and animating the text and elements. I have given the links of these videos at the description section. This is also part of the Canva playlist. Today we will look into some shortcuts and tips which will make editing in Canva more easy and enjoyable. Let us first see some keyboard shortcuts. There are many keyboard shortcuts. We will see only a few which, in my opinion, we will be able to use with great advantage. Let us go to canva.com. Let me select create a design. I'll choose presentation. Now just type the letter R. It creates a rectangle on the screen. I can drag the corner handles and change the size of the rectangle. I can click and hold it and move it around. On the top left corner of the panel, the color is indicated. I can click on that spot and change the color of the rectangle. I will drag it and cover the whole screen. Now let me type the letter C. It creates a circle. I can drag the handles and change the size. As we did with the rectangle, I can click on the color palette and change its color. I'll make it yellow. Now let me type the letter T. It creates a text box with a sample text. You can drag the corners and change the size. You can click and hold it and move it around. You can also use the edit panel to increase and decrease the size of the text. You can change the font. You can select the text, and as we do it in the MS Word, you can use Ctrl B to make it bold. You can use Ctrl I to italicize it, and to undo you can use the same keys. Another single key shortcut is the letter L. It creates a line. You can select the line. You can hold the left button of the mouse and move it around. You can edit the weight of the line. Increase the weight like this. You can change the style of the line. You can make it dotted. You can put an arrowhead. Now let us see how the objects are placed in different layers and how the objects become visible or invisible based on which level is at the front. Let me insert the image of a tree and a monkey on the screen. Let me go to the elements, select tree, search for tree. I'll choose this tree. I'll place it here. Now I will search for animals. So I have inserted the images of a tree and a monkey here. All these objects are placed in different layers. We have the green background at the bottom. Then we have the circle. Then we have the text box. Then we have the tree, and then we have the monkey. Now let me select the green rectangle. Now I will bring it to the front. Now you see it covers all the other images. Now suppose I bring it backwards. First the monkey appears. Again one more layer backwards. The text appears. One more layer backwards, the tree appears. Then the circle appears. Suppose I want the monkey to be behind the tree. I have selected the image of the monkey. I will move it backwards. Now it is behind the tree. Now let us see how we can align the objects on the screen. Now the circle at this location, if I want to move it to the top left position, click on the position. From the align to page, you select top left. The yellow circle has gone to the top left. Suppose I select the monkey and send it to bottom right, it is perfectly placed at this right bottom corner. Now let us see how we can align this text in the middle. Select the text box, position it to the middle and center. It is now at the center. I'll create one more text box by typing T. Now suppose we want to align it to the left side, we can also use the assistance of grid lines. From the left margin, you can drag a grid line, place it there, then move this to the left, move the other text also to the left. So it is now aligned in the left margin. To remove the grid line, you can just select it and drag it back. On the top also grid lines are available. If you want to arrange the tree top at this line, you can just drag it, do it like this. So there are two tools available. One is the menu that is available through position, and the other one is the use of grid lines. I'll delete this text box. Now let's see what are the shortcuts available for copying the elements. Suppose I want to copy the text, I can just select it and use Ctrl D, D for duplicating. Just drag it, it has created a copy. You can also duplicate the elements holding down the Alt key, then click on the image, then just drag it. Alt key plus hold down the left mouse button, then drag the image. Now suppose we want to select multiple images. What we do is, you click on the image, then hold shift, click on the next image, click on the next image. Now we have selected 3 images. Now we can group it together. Now if you drag it, it all moves together. We did a multiple selection, grouped it together, and now we are able to move it together. So this is a group. Now to ungroup it, click on ungroup. Click outside the images. Now this is ungrouped, we can move it one by one. Now let us see how we can insert gradient colored backgrounds for our screens. Color gradients make the backgrounds beautiful, and Canva has tools to create a variety of gradients. Let us choose elements and search for gradient. Let me choose this square gradient strip. In the edit menu, the colors used are shown. There are 3 colors. Now I will move it to a corner, then drag the handles to cover the whole screen. Now let me select the first color. Let me see how this green will be appearing. It looks okay. Now the second color, I change the color. Now the third one, I'll make it a little lighter. Should I go for this yellow? Okay, let me select this one. Now suppose I want to shift this from right to left side. I can select it, then use flip. I can make a horizontal flip. Now you can see the colors have changed sides. Now suppose I want to take green to the top. I can turn it, drag it down. So that's it. You can create fascinating out of the world grids for background of your screens. Now let us see how we can add frames to the images we have on the screen. Let me copy this image to the screen. Now go to edit. You have three options: frames, photogenic and shadows. I will choose frames. Frames like laptop, white, phone. Many different types of frames are available. Suppose I select laptop screen. The picture has been framed into the laptop frame. You can see there are some controls available here, using which I can move the images up and down in the screen. I can move it like that. When I am satisfied, I can say apply. So this is framed. Suppose I move this image on the screen, select edit image, go to the frames, I select phone frame, it gets framed. That's how it works. Now let us see how we can add shadows to the images. Now let me select the image of the boat from the uploads. Let me also give it a background. Let me change this color. I'll make it blue. Now I will move it backwards. Now from the elements, let me select a hill and place it on the screen. Now let us select the image of the boat. Go to edit image. Select shadows. A shadow has been created. You have controls here. You can change the offset slightly. Now you can say apply. So a shadow has been created for the boat. Like this you can apply shadow effect to any selected image. In image editing, one more option is available, that is photogenic effects. Let me select this photo. I'll choose the image, go to edit. Now you can see it here, photogenic. You can see so many options are there. Under natural, you have fresco, flint, and so on and so forth. There are many items under warm category, under cool category, vivid, soft, vintage, and mono. Options are so many. Now let us try some effect. I'll choose this one. The image has changed now. This is the changed image. I'll show you two sample photos enhanced using the photogenic effect. The original is given on the left and on the right is the enhanced image. So this is the original image and this is the enhanced image. I will show you one more comparison. This is the original image, this is the enhanced image. And when you select the image for enhancement, suppose I select this flint, some controls are available. That is, the intensity can be controlled. I can move it to reduce the intensity. There are many possibilities. So that's all for this video. Canva is a software with immense possibilities. It can give wings to your imagination. Please try out. It could be very interesting. Hope this video has been useful. If you liked it, please share it. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe now so that I can alert you when our next video is published. Please visit our channel, Your GK Buddy. We have published videos on different subjects and I am sure there will be something of interest for you there. You can also visit our site paddycosmos.com. Our YouTube channel link and full list of videos are given there. Thank you for watching. Watch against Corona and be safe. See you soon.